Let me tell you about a dog that people don't just own, they respect, the Akita Inu, also known as the Akita dog, and I'm going to be honest with you from the start, this is not a beginner dog. This is a serious dog, with a strong presence, a quiet attitude, and a personality that can feel almost human if you live with one long enough. Imagine this, a large dog standing still, calm, watching everything, not barking for no reason, not jumping around for attention, just observing like it is thinking before it acts. And that calm, controlled energy is one of the first things people notice about the Akita. This breed comes from Japan, where it was originally used for hunting large animals like boar and even bears, so right away you can understand something important. This dog was built for strength, courage, and survival, not just companionship. Over time, it also became a symbol of loyalty and protection, and one of the most famous stories connected to this breed is about a dog that waited for its owner every day, even after the owner passed away, and that story is often used to show just how loyal an Akita can be when it bonds with someone. Now, let's talk about the look, because the Akita Inu has a very powerful appearance. It is a large, solid dog with a thick double coat, which means it has two layers of fur, one soft underneath and one thicker on top, to protect it from cold weather. Its face is broad, with small, sharp eyes and upright ears that give it a very alert and serious expression. The tail is thick and curls over its back, which is one of its most recognizable features. Colors can vary, including white, red, brindle, or mixed patterns, but no matter the color, the overall look is strong, balanced, and confident. Now here is where you really need to pay attention. The personality of the Akita Inu is not simple. This dog is loyal, yes, very loyal, but usually to one person or one small group. It is not the type that loves everyone instantly. In fact, it can be distant or cautious around strangers, and that is not a flaw, that is part of its nature as a protective breed. It does not act friendly just to be liked, it observes first, then decides. And once it trusts you, the loyalty is deep, quiet, and strong. But this also means it can be stubborn and independent. If you tell it to do something, it will not always rush to obey. It will think about it, and sometimes it will choose not to follow, especially if it feels there is no reason to. This is why training an Akita requires calm leadership, consistency, and patience. You cannot control this dog with force or anger. It will only create resistance. You need to guide it clearly and calmly, and earn its respect over time. At home, the Akita Inu is usually quiet, clean, and well-behaved if trained properly. It does not bark excessively, and it often behaves in a calm and controlled way, almost like a guard that is always on duty, but not showing off. It can be very affectionate with its owner, but in a calm way, not overly needy, not always demanding attention. However, it does not always get along easily with other animals, especially other dogs, because it has a strong territorial instinct, so early socialization is very important if you want it to adjust better in different situations. Exercise is also important, but this is not a hyperactive dog. It needs daily walks and some activity, but it does not require extreme exercise like some working breeds. What it needs more is mental balance, clear rules, and a stable environment. If it becomes bored or confused, it may develop unwanted behaviors, so structure matters a lot with this breed. Now grooming, because that thick double coat looks great, but it comes with responsibility. The Akita sheds heavily, especially during certain seasons, and when it sheds a lot, so regular brushing is needed to manage the fur. Bathing should be done carefully, not too often, to maintain the natural oils of the coat. Health-wise, the Akita is generally strong, but like many large breeds, it can have joint issues or certain genetic conditions, so proper diet, regular checkups, and responsible breeding are important. Most Akitas live around 10 to 13 years with good care. So let me say it clearly, the Akita Inu is not for everyone. It is not the easiest dog, not the most social, not the most obedient in a simple way. But if you understand it, if you respect its nature, and if you build trust over time, you get something very rare, a dog that is deeply loyal, calm, protective, and emotionally strong, a companion that stands with you quietly, without needing constant attention or approval. And if you go back to that image, that dog standing still, watching, calm, and aware, you start to understand This is not just a pet, this is a presence, and that is what makes the Akita Inu unforgettable. Thanks for watching. If this conversation resonated with you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I am currently working toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers so I can finally monetize this channel and turn this passion into a sustainable part of my future. This is my unfiltered diary of solo living in the Philippines, from the long days in the ESL classroom to my journey as a beginner learning Japanese and Korean. Your support helps me build my retirement fund and keeps this channel growing. If you'd like to help out even more, you can check out the Buy a Treat for My Pets link in the description. My dogs definitely appreciate the love. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next update. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey. I'll see you in the next one.